Hello, writers. I am Kristen Kieffer, and welcome back to another episode of the Well-Storied podcast, where I translate articles from the Well-Storied blog into audio so you can listen in to the latest writing tips, tricks, and pep talks on the go. Today we are diving back into the archives to cover an article I originally published on March 9th of 2017, called Breaking Down 5 Keys to Writing Success. This article has gotten a good amount of love over the past, nearly 11 months, and I'm really proud that it's proved to be such an inspiration to many of my blog readers, and hopefully, with any luck, it'll be the same for you today. Want to read along with today's podcast? Make sure to check out the transcript, aka the original article, over on the blog at well-storied.com/success. And let's dive in! Breaking down 5 keys to writing success. We all want to be successful, don't we? We want to be happy in our work, to be motivated and inspired and always ready to write. We want to find as much time to focus on our stories as we can, and we want others to love and support our stories when we share them. And let's be real, most of us want to make a bit of cash from publishing our books too. Success. It is a shiny concept, but also quite hard-earned. And because success often seems so distant and unattainable, the desire for it can lead us to place undue pressure on ourselves. If only I worked hard enough, I could. If only I wrote like that other author, I might. Am I even good enough to be a writer? The pressure to succeed can easily lend itself to doubts, fears, and a whole lot of stress. It can even make writing feel like a chore rather than the hobby we once enjoyed, which is, of course, no bueno. You know what I mean? Here's the good news. You can find writing success, and you can do it without all of those other nasty side effects too. But how? Let's dive into today's 5 keys to writing success. Key number 1 is to find your definition of success. Friends, it is time to stop comparing yourself to other writers. You don't need to publish 2 books a year, choose a specific publishing route, or even publish at all. There is no golden standard for writing success. Success is merely a concept that you mold according to your vision. Does success look like self-publishing to you, even when all of your favorite authors have book deals? Who cares? Go chase that. Does success look more like getting started on your long-term plans for a new epic fantasy series, rather than finishing the story you're currently working on but don't really love? Fantastic! Let go of the pressure to publish ASAP and get to world building. Forget about what other writers are doing, figure out what you want from your writing, and go rock your vision with confidence. It's your writing life. Seize it. Key number 2, chase a goal, not a dream. The term writing dream gets tossed around a lot in the online writing community, by myself included. Case in point, our well-storied Facebook group is called Your Right Dream. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with having a writing dream. The issue comes into play when your writing dream looks a whole lot like, a dream, rather than something you can actually achieve. Because, writer, there's no amount of hard work that will guarantee you a multi-million-dollar book deal. Those suckers are so rare that working toward one is just setting yourself up for failure. But you can work toward landing your first book deal, or building your own self-publishing side hustle. You can even set a long-term plan for building a full-time writing career. Those things are still damn hard work, but they're goals that can be reasonably attained. And I know there's nothing sexy about the word reasonably, but when it comes to taking the pressure out of working toward success, believe me, a reasonable goal is your new best friend. So, daringly work toward a reasonable goal for your writing. I promise that success will suddenly become a whole lot more attainable. Key number 3, make a plan. Don't groan at me now, writer. Planning may not be your favorite activity in the world, but if you don't lay out a roadmap for success, you're never going to achieve it. No matter what your definition of success looks like, take the time to do your research and build a reasonable, Yes, there is that word again. Action plan. The clarity, focus, and confidence an action plan can provide is beyond valuable. For real, go do it. You can check out my step-by-step guide to this today. I have linked it in the transcript for today's episode at well-storied.com/success. Key number 4, accept writing's hard truths. It's time to face the music. Writing isn't always easy. We've talked about this in length before, actually, so rather than rehashing all of the hard truths you should know before beginning to work toward your dream, I will link you to them in today's transcript. Again, that is at well-storied.com/success. Have I said it enough times? If you can't spare the time to read the full article, here is a quick recap. 1. There will always be parts of the writing process you don't enjoy. 2. Your determination will make or break you. 3. There will always be people who don't respect your writing. 4. Not everyone will like your books. And 5. There will always be better writers than you. Just remember, the sooner you get acquainted with the dark side of writing, the sooner you can begin your Jedi training. Because you will have to face Darth Vader at some point. It's only a matter of when. But spoiler alert, you'll overcome. You are one with the Force, and the Force is with you. So go get 'em, champ. And key number 5, make motivation a top priority. Most writers, and humans for that matter, make the mistake of thinking motivation is some sort of ethereal spirit guide that chooses on occasion to grace them with its presence. But friends, motivation doesn't work like that. It can't be conjured with a little wishful thinking or a magic spell. You have to fight for it. Have you heard the Maya Angelou quote, "You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have"? The same goes for motivation. Getting started is always the hardest part, but if you can get the ball rolling, you will begin to build momentum. And before long, you'll be chasing after your motivation, trying to create ideas at even half the rate your brain is producing them. And trust me, when the writing gets tough and your motivation hits the mud, you'll be so thankful for the momentum you've built to keep moving forward. It truly makes all the difference when trudging through writing ruts. But now that we've gone through the 5 keys to writing success, let's talk about the most important key of all. Each of the 5 keys we talked about today work in tandem to help you achieve your vision for writing success, but there is one overarching key that outshines them all: learning to love the journey. There isn't going to come a day when you can kick back, give a little happy sigh, and say, "I've made it as a writer. I am successful now." There will always be another hill to climb, another goal to reach, a new star to strive for. So learn to love each and every day of your writing journey, no matter how hard it gets. Because success won't bring you happiness. Joy will. So appreciate the good days and the bad. Turn mistakes and failures into opportunities for growth. And look at hard writing sessions as cardio day for your creativity and motivation. Learn to take pride in every bit of progress, no matter how big or how small. Success is within your grasp, writer. You've got this. So go, conquer the world. Writers, it's that time of the podcast again. Thank you so much for listening into today's episode. The podcast has been growing I wouldn't say rapidly, but pretty darn well lately. And it means so much to me to see your subscriptions and your likes and your ratings and reviews come in on whatever platform it is that you're listening from. I'm so glad you've been enjoying what I'm dishing out so far, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode as well. As always, if you've yet to like, subscribe, rate, review, and all of that fun stuff, it would mean the world to me if you took a quick minute to do so. Every bit of support helps the podcast grow, and monetary donations, to be honest, are also a big help. So if you have a buck or two to spare and would like to support the podcast and all that I create for Well-Storied, you can do so at patreon.com/wellstoried. There will be a link for that in the little description for today's episode if you'd like to check it out. And there's my end of podcast spiel, friends. If you've made it this far, thanks for being such a rock star. I can't wait to be back soon with another episode. Thanks again for listening in, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!